Well, it looks like the Bulls have some fight in them, guys. They're fighting back right now. It's currently about 1:50 p.m. on the East Coast, and if you guys watched my previous video, you probably saw the markets were heavily in the red, and they are still in the red, but they've come back a lot throughout the day. The Russell is currently at break even. The Nasdaq's down 0.25%. Same with the Dow. And we have the S&P down 0.1% as the VIX is up 2%. And we have gold down 0.5%. Silver's down 1.9%. And we'll take a look here at Bitcoin and Ethereum in a couple of minutes. So like I said, the bulls are fighting back. We got to break that down in this video. And of course, we'll go over some stocks. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. I have a little Starbucks here, guys. And let's get into the video. So let me explain what I mean by the bulls are fighting back. Well, first of all, let's take a look on the intraday chart. What we notice is a big sell-off in the morning, like we covered in my video from earlier today. We were filming when the sell-off was occurring. We had a big sell-off. SPY went down to about 372.50, and then boom, V-shaped recovery. It just came in, and this thing went from 372 all the way to 380, almost 381, and now we're just a little bit under 380. So we got that V-shaped recovery. We broke out of the moving averages on the 5-day chart. We have a golden cross now. This looks like it's gaining steam, clearly, right? And going back to that 4-hour chart, it looks like the bulls are fighting to make a higher low. This is pretty important, guys, honestly. Although we're still clearly in a downtrend, right, in the grand scheme of things, and we're still under the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, that has not changed. We are still fighting. The bulls are still fighting to put in a higher low here. And who knows, if this starts ripping towards 390 again on SPY, maybe triple Q starts going towards, let's say, 295, 300, maybe not 300, but 290, 295 again. Hey, that'd be a point where bulls could really start making a legitimate push. So this is good. I mean, if you're along the markets in the short term and you want to see a breakout, or you think we're going to see some short, I always mess that up, some sort of rally, if you're in that camp, today's a good day for you, even though we're currently red still. And we do have about 2 hours left in the day, and you know how that goes, power hour, the last hour, 2 hours of the day, it's going to be pretty spicy. We'll put it at that. So pretty good sign here for the bulls. In the very short term. Let's see how this plays out. Who knows? We might end up going green. Keep an eye on that. And the same thing applies really to triple Q. There's no need to break both of these down because really it's the same process or concept that I'm looking at here. This is fighting to make a higher low. Bulls are showing some fight, but again, it's still overall under the 4-hour 180 SMA, which means it's still in a downtrend, but bulls are starting to maybe push it back up towards 290, 295, and if triple Q breaks 300, okay, now we're talking for we might have a more solid case for a sustained technical breakout. But until then, yes, bears are still in charge, but again, bulls are fighting at about 270 on triple Q. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now, and again, the VIX is up a little bit over 2%. So with that being said, let's transition over here to Webull for crypto. And again, if you guys want 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited, that is linked down below. Get your free stocks or go to stocksurfs.com/Webull. This right here is showing you the recovery in Bitcoin. It's not a sharp recovery to the point where it's almost back to 20K. In fact, it's only at 19.1, but you can see the big sell-off this morning where BTC went from 19.2 to 18.7, 18.7, 18.8 roughly. And you can see that was at about 9:50, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. And since that point, it has come back and it's filled that entire gap pretty much. We haven't broke out of 19.3, which was the high from 8:45 a.m. on the East Coast pre-market. Well, I guess pre-market for the stock market. We haven't broke that high yet, but which I guess is good for the bears. And in fact, we're showing a little bit of head and shoulders action right here, and we're starting to dump off on the right shoulder. You guys see that right here? Literally, I'm not sure if you can tell what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm seeing. BTC dumped. We filled the gap slowly. Now we're starting to fall again on a head and shoulders. Right shoulder is starting to move down. And if we break 19K later today, that is not going to be good whatsoever for BTC. So let's go to Ethereum. I'm assuming it's the same thing. Let's pull it up here. Ethereum, Ethereum, same thing. Yeah, it dumped, got to 997. We filled the gap, but we didn't break the highs from 845 on the East Coast here. We're still under that, which on Ethereum is right around 1030, 1040. So if we dump back under 1,000 on Ethereum, guys, later today, maybe at some point tomorrow, some point this week, who knows when it happens, but if it does happen, that is not going to be good, technically speaking, for good old Ethereum. So with that being said, let's jump. We don't want to take a dump here, guys. We want to jump back to what's it called here? ThinkOrSwim, so we can look at some of these stocks, right? Enphase is moving like no other. And speaking of stocks, again, you get 6 stocks from Webull, but you could also get 10 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit. That's linked right down below. Let's talk about Enphase, right? ENPH is up a lot today, up 7% on the day. And let me explain to you guys why this is very good for the bulls. Obviously, being up 7% in and of itself is a good day for the bulls. But technically speaking here, look at where we bounced today. We held the uptrend that I drew out a couple of videos ago. I forget exactly when. You guys know I make a crap ton of videos. I lose track. But you guys know I called it out. And we held right around 180. We bounced above the 180 SMA. Held a higher low. Now we broke out of the 50 SMA. This to me looks like, especially if it cracks above $200, guys, this looks like it's making a move towards 215, 220, which if you guys take a look on the 4-hour here, that was the high point. It's been the high since the beginning of April. So if we break out of 200, 215's next, I think, and then if 215 breaks, watch out above. The ascending triangle will play out, which is what, in the grand scheme of things, this is an ascending triangle. And we're going to see a big push, in my opinion, probably towards like 250, 260, 70, something like that. So, yeah, Enphase looks good. It's setting up nicely. It's a bit more volatile, risky, I guess you can say. But, you know, if you have the stomach for that, it's one worth watching. In my opinion, Pfizer is one that I'm also looking at here, which today, Pfizer's up over 3% as the overall stock market is still in the red right now. And we have Pfizer up above the moving averages, and we could slowly be seeing a golden cross here, maybe in a couple of days. Probably not today or tomorrow, but maybe some point next week. And if we see Pfizer starting to move out of $54, 55 especially, hence why my alert's at 55, that is a point where 60 is coming right around the corner, or at least that's what the chart's telling me, guys. Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comments. But based on what I'm seeing here, we have a wedge and we have a clear resistance at $55, which we literally have never or haven't broken out of it, maybe once or twice, but for the most part, all of this year we've struggled at 55. So Pfizer takes that point out. Watch out above. That is going to be a technical break, and it might be worth trading. I'm not looking to invest in Pfizer per se, but as a trade, I would definitely consider it at that point in time, right, if that ends up happening. So the next one, Rtx Raytheon. This one is breaking out as well today. Well, it's trying to, at least, showing, the first signs of a breakout. Raytheon's up 3% on the day. $96 a share is where it is at, and we're noticing it's in this downwards channel, right? It has been. Although it is above the moving averages, it's still technically at a lower high right here. We haven't taken that out yet. So if RTX starts moving, let's say, above 100, 102 a share, okay, maybe at that point we start breaking out, but we're not there yet. So in the meantime, I'm going to just put my alert at 90, maybe not 102 a share, because it's only at 96. Maybe I'll put it at 98 a share, and we'll see what it does at that point. mark is that we're above 98 bucks a share. And the last one for this video, guys, make sure to smash that like button if you stuck on throughout. And if you haven't done so already, I check my analytics, guys. A lot of you do not subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss the content here, guys. I guarantee you that. The next one, which I own, and I am down on this overall in the grand scheme of things, but I still own it, and it's Intel. Intel's been holding up in the past week, 2 weeks, pretty nicely, I'd say. You know, Intel, it hit a bottom of 36 bucks earlier in June, right in the middle of June, and it seems like, hold on. Let's see the S&P. Oh, it looks like the S&P's up from the middle of June. Okay, that's my bad. I was about to say the S&P is down since the middle of June, while Intel is up, but that's wrong. That's not true, actually. My bad, guys. We're not going to edit this video, but we're just going to keep on rolling. Anyway, it's been holding up decently in the past week, and obviously, well, 2 weeks roughly, maybe even 3 weeks. But before that, obviously, Intel went from 45 bucks in the beginning of June, and it went all the way to 38 by the middle of June. So since the middle of June, roughly, about 1-2 weeks, it's been kind of cooling off a bit. And at this point, I'm looking at Intel, and I'm like, this might be a point where it would make sense for me to add more, because I haven't added Intel since I forget when. It's been months at this point. I bought it originally, I think, in the low 50s. Bought some more in the 40s at one point. I forget where exactly. It was low mid 40s, and I haven't bought since. And that was probably it had to have been March or maybe late April last I bought. And now clearly it's 3-4 months after that, and I haven't bought. And it might be the time, in my opinion. You know, Intel's a good dividend payer. PE's very low. Some people argue and say it's a value trap. I don't personally think it is a value trap. It might be. Who knows? But for me, I'm buying it, or well, I own it rather, and I might start buying more. Right now, their dividend is, let's see here, about 4%. Let me get some coffee really quick, guys. 4% dividend, 154 billion market cap. The trailing 12-month P is a 6. This is pretty low, in my opinion. And overall, it is down from 58 bucks a share just in the beginning of this year, and now it's in the 30s. So Intel could be a really good value play right now, in my opinion, guys. Again, I own it, and I'm looking to buy more. So with that being said, we're going to wrap the video up. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Check out my Patreon if you want to join that. That's linked down below. And if you want, geez, voice crack. You see that, guys? Oh, my goodness. This is why you got to drink water before the videos. Where was I? Get your 10 stocks. That's where we were. From Moomoo. Link down below. Your 6 stocks from Webull. All that good stuff. And with that being said, I'm going to cough again. I'll see you in the next video. I got some water here. Got the Starbucks. I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.